Hello and good evening from your Calcutt Community Stadium. I'm Shaun Cashmore. Next to me this evening is Andrew Calcutt, and you join us for the first evening home game under the lights this evening. It's Leamington versus Alfreton Town. It was only a few days ago that Leamington got their first home fixture back in the National League North underway here against Spennymoor Town, and after suffering a 2-1 opening day defeat to Buxton the week prior, Leamington wasted no time in putting on a show for the adoring home support. Callum Stewart did what Callum Stewart does and hit the back of the net twice, the first thundering in at the far post to touch home a Sherrock corner, and the second a well-taken penalty in the second half, having seen Berridge brought down by Moors keeper Brad James. But the breaks were good value for the lead and extended that lead with 20 minutes to go. Rob Evans recycled the ball back in after a long throw, and up leapt home debutant George Ward for his first goal for the club. Tonight's opposition, Alfreton Town, are by no means strangers to Leamington, with the sides having met 29 times already down the years. On Saturday, the Reds also picked up their first win of the season. Alfreton faced Chester at home, of who weekend's opponent Spennymoor for Leamington also faced on the opening day and dispatched. And the Reds made it back-to-back 3-0 defeats for Chester, as Fewster, Waldock and Mayo all got themselves on the score sheet to secure the points. So Alfreton are going to have a throw in straight away on the far side, and they've got a long throw specialist. They've got a couple in this side, but the box is packed for this throw in straight away. In it comes towards the penalty area. Street rises really well, recycles it back out to where it came from. Alfreton put the ball in the box. Ward heads away, bounces down towards Mayo. No offside flag. Really good save from Hawkins. Well, Mayo was there, and Hawkins stood tall and deflected it out for a corner, but Leamington on the back foot ever so slightly, almost straight away, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, a poor start there from Leamington. They'll be disappointed with that, but an excellent save from Hawkins to make sure Moyo didn't get an easy early goal.
Corner will come in from the right-hand side. Leamington need to defend their box well in these opening throws. Corner's swung all the way towards the far post. Alfreton head reaches it, half an inch wide. Callum Hawkins just watched it. I think he was confident enough, but Alfreton have certainly started the better of these two teams. So one thing that is consistent is George Willis with these free kicks, and he stands over another one, right-footed, long, up towards the Leamington edge of the penalty area. Moyo climbs and wins it. I'm not entirely sure how he got so high. He towered above Hunt to win that header. He surely was climbing on someone. Leamington have cleared their lines, and now Stewart has been clattered on halfway, but Leamington can break. Landers has got two up with him. Landers, can he go alone? Yes, he can. Just over the top. Did Willis get a glove to it? No. It'll be a goal kick. Adam Walker is furious with the challenge on Stewart on halfway. It was definitely from behind. He was definitely clattered. The referee's asking Street and Quainer just to move away from him. He's saying he saw the incident, and now he's going back to check on Callum Stewart to see if he needs any treatment. And now I think he's trying to track down exactly who made that challenge, and he's calling across the number 8. I think it might be the captain who's in trouble, Cantrell. The Alfreton players are now pointing at each other saying it wasn't me, it was him. The referee's not buying it. George Cantrell is the second player in the book. He joins Dan Meredith, and I think that one was duly deserved. Quainer, left-footed, blue boots, will have this free kick just inside the centre circle. Swings it towards the far post, falls down on the edge towards Walker. Walker tries to just take a little touch and buy himself some space on the edge. Edwards tries a back heel towards Ewan Williams. Alfreton half clear. Lynn flicks it in towards a dangerous area. Williams collects at the far post, just inside the penalty area. Williams trying to make a little bit of space for himself. Now dribbles outside and goes back towards Meredith. And now they'll try and recycle. Street right on halfway for Leamington. Street sends it up towards the far post where Edwards climbs. Edwards bounces down in towards Landers. Landers tries a half effort, didn't catch it cleanly. Leamington still have the ball with Ward. Meredith collects it on the right hand side, stands up his cross up towards Ward again. Near post, well held by Willis. Ward was still forward from the previous free kick, looking to do exactly what he did at the weekend and try and get on the score sheet, the centre back, but this one was in towards the near post and George Willis was wise to it.
Yeah, Leamington did well to recycle the ball there, going back to Theo Street. Great ball in, good diagonal into the back post for Edwards to flick back in the box, and then at that point it's who can get a contact on it, and then pop back out to Meredith, who got out to the byline, and again probably just not quite the right angle for Ward to test Willis. But again, good face to play from Leamington and very positive.
Down the line it goes, all the way in towards the Leamington penalty area, bounces through once, Street can't get there, it's all the way across the line. Hawkins may have got a touch, and Alfreton will pick it up and try and recycle. Claxton swings one in towards the far post, Meredith lets it over his head, bounces down again, has to be headed out of play by captain Adam Walker. The Alfreton fans like what they're seeing behind that goal. There was a little bit of a scramble, somehow a throw-in from halfway, bounced twice inside the Leamington penalty area. I think either Street or Hawkins got a touch as it was stabbed goalwards. It almost skewed across the line, and in the end, as it was recycled, Leamington have had to put it behind for a corner. So Willis goes long with the goal kick. Quainer seemed to be shoved, and in the end ended heading it back towards his own goal. Collected on the right hand side by Whitehouse. Whitehouse with Ward for company. Whitehouse does get his cross in. Dangerous one towards Moyo. Half a yard wide. Good ball in towards the far post. David Moyo rise and heads just half a yard wide, and there's a few quizzical looks at the Leamington defence because it was too easy to get the cross in. It was too easy for Moyo to get his head on it, and in the end he heads off target.
Yeah, Moyo would probably be beating himself up about that one, really. Did all the hard work, got up above his man and just couldn't quite place it into the bottom of the net.
George Willis, who clears high into the Warwickshire evening sky, onto the head of Moyo, helps on towards the edge of the penalty area, flicked on once more, back towards Moyo. Moyo tried to shape up a shot, instead it will come to Adam Lund. Lund sticks it up towards the far post, good header away by the Brakes defence, only half clear, and it will be picked up again by Fewster. Fewster, across the pitch he goes to the right hand side for Claxton. Claxton just tries to seek out the number 10 of Waldock. They've done well on that right hand side, Alfreton. Leamington trying to defend their back line well. Edwards though just couldn't quite straight, and then it's goalwards, and it's a really good save from Callum Hawkins. I think it was Adam Lunn who had a drive from all of 25 yards. It was angling towards the top corner. Callum Hawkins scrambled across his goal and expertly tipped it over his crossbar.
Yeah, an absolutely fantastic save from Callum Hawkins there. An excellent drive. Was it Lunder? I didn't quite see.
Either Lunder or Anson. It was one of the tall centre-backs, I think, who drove it goalwards. It caught us out a little bit, but it certainly didn't catch Callum Hawkins out, who acrobatically tipped it over his crossbar, and Leamington will now have to defend this corner. Sent towards the far post. Free header for Lund towards the far post, off the line, and I think it was maybe Adam Walker. I can't see, there's bodies strewn around the floor, but it was a really good header. I think it was Adam Lund again, and this time Adam Walker doing his duty on the post to keep Leamington goalless in this tie. Alfreton will have a corner again over on the far side. Still the same players make a train on the penalty spot to try and free up their runs. Again, the corner is angled towards the far post, and Lund, he heads it back across the face, and it's tapped home by Moyo. Expertly done by Alfreton. Ball all the way to the far post. Adam Lund just headed it back into a dangerous area in the 6-yard box, and everyone stood and watched as David Moyo did with what he did at the weekend, gets himself on the score sheet. The man who's made international appearances for Zimbabwe makes it Leamington 0, Alfreton Town 1.
Well, Leamington will be a little bit disappointed from that. Lund for the third or second corner in a row. Got up, beat his man and put the ball back into the danger area, and he may have missed one in the first half, but he wasn't going to miss that. Well,
Lund just peeled away to the far post, freed up a bit of space for himself, and then expertly put the header back into the 6-yard box, and there was David Moyo doing what he did at the weekend, getting on the score sheet. He was man of the match in the game at the weekend when Alfreton ran out 3-0 winners, and he's managed to get the Reds in front here at Calcutt Community Stadium. It is Leamington 0, Alfreton Town 1. Meredith raises his arm, angles it towards the far post where Ward wins the header down into the penalty area. Collects by Lynn. Ward has a go! Oh, what a strike! George Ward, take a bow! He got on the score sheet at the weekend with a header, where the centre-back has just sent a rocket past Willis. He's levelled things up here at Calcutt Community Stadium. It's Leamington 1, Alfreton Town 1, and it's a rocket from George Ward.
I think that was the opposite of a commentator's curse there, after sort of chastising him for having an effort from 30 yards there. I can perhaps see why he felt he could have a go. What an excellent finish that was, all coming from the free kick, and excellent finish to get us back in the game.
Leamington level things up here at Calcutt Community Stadium, and it's a fabulous goal from their centre-back. Leamington 1, Alfreton Town 1, the goal coming courtesy of George Ward, his second home game and the second time he's on the score sheet this season. We have a game on our hands now here at the Calcutt Community Stadium. Landers goes across to take this corner over on the far side. It'll be an in-swinger, just keeping an eye on Anthony Lynn, who's making himself a nuisance on the goalkeeper. Plenty of pushing and shoving and jostling going in and around the 18-yard box. Here comes the corner from Landers into a dangerous area, off the crossbar, cleared away by Hunt. I think it may have been Ward again. He bundled into the 6-yard box, managed to get contact, and it cannoned down off George Willis's crossbar. Alfreton Town escape.
So close there, and it's amazing how football can turn on a sixpence, really. Alfreton started the second half much better than got the goal, and out of nothing really, Leamington looked like the side that's going to take the lead.
Alfreton took the lead in the second half, courtesy of David Moyo. Leamington have levelled things up thanks to George Ward, and we are at 1-1 here. Long throw in towards the Leamington penalty area, all the way towards the far post. Plenty of pushing and shoving, off the line, cleared again. The shot comes in, and then Hawkins gets down and just manages to keep it off his own goal line. But again, those long throws are the danger, Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was Hunt that time that managed to get the ball down, and nearly scrambled in at Hawkins' far post, and he did well to get two hands on that with the on-rushing boots coming towards him.
Free kick in towards the Alfreton penalty area from Hawkins. Fended away by the Reds' back line. Stewart collects though inside opposition territory. Stewart has turned and gets a shot away. Really well saved. In comes Lynn! Flag stays down! Lynn gets himself on the score sheet, and we've got just over 5 minutes to go here at Calcutt Community Stadium, and Leamington have gone 2-1 up, and it's courtesy of Anthony Lynn on his debut. Leamington 2, Alfreton Town 1. A snapshot from distance from Callum Stewart could only be parried into danger by George Willis, and there was Anthony Lynn doing what all strikers do well, reacting first, reacting quickest, and he tucks it home.
Lynn owes Stewart a real big thanks for that. He did all the hard work, Callum Stewart, but I think Lynn deserves all the plaudits for following that up and running his socks off tonight. He's got a goal for all his hard work. Tempers
just starting to fray ever so slightly, but we're into the 86th minute and Leamington have taken the lead. Anthony Lynn on the score sheet to add to George Ward's equaliser. Can Leamington see this one out now? Alfreton come forward. Abbey can't find Day. Street was there backing up his centre-back partner, and now Leamington clear their lines with Quainer down the left-hand side. Leamington just look a little bit leggy. Forward it comes again from Alfreton. Quainer heads it away only as far as Lund. Abbey out to the right-hand side. Claxton swings one in. Day brings it down on his chest. Abbey again! Great drive, half a yard wide. Hawkins was confident it was always going wide. Abbey holds his head in his hands. Half a chance for Alfreton. Lund is going to launch this one a good 40 yards in towards the Leamington penalty area, and everyone is back for Leamington. Stewart tries to make himself a nuisance in front of the throw. The throw's flicked on in towards the penalty area. Equaliser for Alfreton! Scenes in the away end. I think it's Abbey who's got on the end of it, and it's that long throw that's always a danger when Alfreton are in town. It's been hurled into the penalty area. They've won the flick on, and Abbey has applied the finish. It's Leamington 2, Alfreton Town 2 at the death.
Excellent header from Abbey, and again, just unfortunately it's been a danger from the first opening seconds and a danger right at the last, and probably justifiable. I think Alfreton have played well enough to probably get a point tonight.
Well, Adam Lund has got it in his locker to hold this one from here as well, and that's what he's going to do. Callum Stewart again tries to stand in front of Adam Lund, and everyone again is back for the Leamington defence. Surely not. Lightning cannot strike twice, or can it? Well, no it can't, because Lund's gone all the way back to his goalkeeper and that's full time. So if there's ever a waste of a throw-in, that was the one. But either way, a fantastic game has played out in front of us here at Calcutt Community Stadium. In the second half, Alfreton took the lead. Leamington got themselves level, courtesy of centre-back Ward with a fantastic drive into the top corner. Late in the day, debutant Lynn gave Leamington the lead, and it looked like Leamington would be taking all 3 points, but for Alfreton Town, right at the death, hurled one into the area and turned home by Abbey, and the points are shared. It's finished here at Calcutt Community Stadium. Leamington 2, Alfreton 2. You have a good week, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Paul, you'd probably say before the game you'd be happy to come away with a point, but actually coming away with a point is probably a bit disappointing based on when Alfreton scored their equaliser. Your thoughts on the game today?
Yeah, really good game, super game. I was really pleased with lots of individual performances, our performance as a whole, apart from 2 or 3 moments. We've had some tough nights against these over the years and Saturday afternoon, so I thought it was a very competitive game. The ball was in a box. A lot of final third action from both teams. It's real proper non-league game, really. Like I thought, a real good game. A draw probably might be about right when you look at the chances they had first half. But when you 2-1 up in the 94th, 95th minute, you're hoping you can see it through. But with the quality they've got from set plays, whether it's from Adam or the quality they've got from dead balls, it's phenomenal. Really, it's so difficult to defend against. We've prepped so since Saturday. We haven't stopped prepping for this to try and deal with it. And listen, we'll be bitterly disappointed that we've conceded after half time and lost 2 contacts in our box. And we'll be disappointed when we look back at the late goal because we haven't screened that. We haven't been strong enough to screen the flick from Day, which we've done all game really. Sometimes you're making substitutions, you're trying to get messages on, and you want people to stay calm and make good decisions. But probably at the end there, I think we would, everyone just wants to get over the line, and we didn't quite do our job. But from their point of view, it's good delivery in the box. They've got first contact and second contact again, so. Yeah. So the timings for us are poor right after half time, late into injury time. But you've also then got to flip it and go. You look at the performances of the experienced players. You look at the performances again of the young boys again. You look at the performances of the players out wide. Look at young Callie Stewart again today. You look at Antlin that's coming for his, he's jumped up 3 divisions, his first taste of this kind of football. And listen, he was battered and bruised for half an hour, and he probably didn't know whether it was Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. But he grew into the game. He's ended up getting a goal, and we had a really good period second half. It was a period where you felt quite, I wouldn't say comfortable, but you thought we had a bit of control in the game. And we've showed a lot of character to come back against these because that these are very, very streetwise, and they're similar to us. They've got some good pros and they've got some good young kids, but they're a really good side, really good. I think sometimes because they've got a long throw, I think people tend to talk about the long throw. Well, that's part of. We've got a long throw. We scored off a long throw. That's part of what they have got is lots of energy. They've got some technically good footballers. They've got some power, pace. They've got everything really. So listen, that was, you have to. It's been harsh really. The 3 games when you think of the Buxton game and tonight we've, the late goals have killed us in both games really. But listen, it's a we've got a learning curve for us. We, like I probably touched on, the reality is there's over half the squad that's never ever played at this level, and it's and you've got to play and concentrate right till the very death. And I just think if we'd have just zoned that throw better, like we'd been doing all game, we might have just dealt with it. But it was very difficult to do with how flat the pace on the ball coming in, and at the end they had so many targets. You just haven't got enough players to pick them up, especially when Day comes on and Jed Abbey comes on. You're looking around, and I was thinking about putting a kit on myself and running on to try and help out, but it's just it's tough. But listen, I don't want to. When you've been around a bit, listen, of course you're always disappointed with that, but there's so many positives tonight for us. I think that you got to try and stick to them, and we go into the bank holiday weekend in good spirits.
We saw a few changes today with Jack, Theo and Ant coming in. Was that more of a tactical change, or was that due to any injuries or anything like that?
Well, a bit of both, really. I think there's as I said, there's a little bit of depth in there. A couple of players that put some hard leg up. But the reality is that the last time we played Alfreton, at Alfreton at the back end of the last time we were in this league, we actually played quite well there, but we just couldn't deal with them physically. So the reality is, them 3 players coming in was to try and help us deal with the set plays and defending our final third. That worked for most of the game. Yeah, so listen, when we look back at it, we'll be disappointed with the goals. From a defensive point of view, they'll be happy with their movement and their blocking and everything, which is all part and parcel of it. But yeah, I think when you think of it, I was really pleased with the second half, but I think, listen, we got away with a couple in the first half, so it was probably about right. But when you're 2-1 up late in the game, you want to see it through, really, regardless of what's gone on for the other 90 odd minutes. But like you say, what pleases me the most is when I look around, I look at Theo tonight, and George Ward, and Quine has stepped up to never played this level, and you look at Callie Stewart tonight. I thought it was whether the 3 games in now the National League, I've played him in different positions, and he's been electric. And then you look at young Ant again, who's that that he would, he'll sleep well tonight. But, he's got a goal, he's got a goal in the National League, and he fully deserved it for his second half performance. I thought Landers and Meredith were good on that right, and so lots and lots to like, lots of positives. When you look at the first 3 games, there's lots and lots of positives for us to take. We've got to build on them, we've got to keep working hard, because the reality is, we've been punished in this division already, and you have to sometimes go through that pain for people to learn, and so we'll take it from there.